Okay, well, welcome everyone. First of all, a wonderful new week to everyone, and it's great to see everybody. I wasn't here yesterday. I always like to mention that Beis Sivan, before the Shoshis Yemei Agbala, is known as Yom HaMeyuchas, the day with Yichus. Very interesting name, Yom HaMeyuchas. And the Gittin and the Aruch HaShulchan say it's called Yom HaMeyuchas because it's the day that we were told V'atem tiyu li mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh, that you should be a kingdom of priests, all ministering to Hashem, a holy nation. So we are all Balayichas. We are also, of course, V'yisam li am segula. We are a treasured nation. We're a model to the rest of the world on how to behave. The Irin Kadishin says that it's called Yom HaMeyuchas because the day that Yom HaMeyuchas falls out is the day that Yom Kippur will fall out. So that means that this coming year, Yom Kippur is on Shabbos. That's Yom HaMeyuchas is on Shabbos. So this coming year, Yom Kippur will be on Shabbos. What? Yeah, Rosh Hashanah is on Thursday? Yeah. Okay. Of course, the Welt says that it's Yom HaMeyuchas because it's in between Rosh Chodesh and Shloshim Yemei Agbala. And just like it says, Gadol Deya, Shenitna Bein Shnei Shemois, Kel Deos Hashem. So a day that's in between two Chashuva periods, Rosh Chodesh and Shloshim Yemei Agbala. You know, if you saw a picture of Rav Moshe standing on one side of someone and Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky standing on the other side, the person in the middle is not the janitor. Right? The person in the middle might be the Satmar Rebbe, but, you know, the one in the middle, you know, I remember that Rabbi Scherer said once at a keynote session that he gave a speech class in Torah V'das. In one of the speech classes, it came up the question, what does it mean, you know, on Shavuos night, I'm giving a shir, the first shir I'm giving at 12 is going to be a crash course on Shemona Esrei. So he was asked, what does Semager mean in V'lam al Shinim? So he says, I'm not exactly sure, but anything that's in between Sashpileim and Sachniim is not something very good. You know, that's what he said, you know. So Yom HaMeyuchas is in between. But the pshat that I like the most, I like this pshat, it's Matzachein. The pshat that I like the most is that the Chodesh starts off with so many special days. Rosh Chodesh, Shloshis Yemei Agbala, 2 days of Yom Tov, Isru Chag, Shivas Yemei Miluim. You know, we won't say till after Yud Beis, we won't say Tachnun, you know. The only day that's not special, that's normal, is Beis Sivan. To be normal, that's a yichus. That's a yichus. To be normal is a yichus. I spoke by Shalosh Shulitz, by Rabbi Weinberger's shul in Rabbi Weinberg's shul in Inwood, and I told them that when my children were dating, so who wants to marry the daughter of a Rav? What kind of money does a Rav have? And not only that, he might tell you how to behave. It's a no-win proposition, you know. So for my daughters, I didn't get a flood of shidduchim. That's them, they're all happily married to wonderful people. But it wasn't easy. My boys, on the other hand, especially, I wasn't asking for a price tag for them. I never did. I got a flood of shidduchim for my boys. And Reb Shlomo Lewenstein, who was a big shot in Lakewood, would call me up always for my boys. So finally I got frustrated. I told him, I'll give you Nehemiah for a shidduch, give me a shidduch for my daughter. So he said, Rabbi Weiss, what are you looking for your daughter? So I said, I'm looking for normal. He laughed. He said, normal? I don't have normal. Normal's your karamatzias. I don't have normal. Normal. It's funny, but it's not funny. Normal is what they used to call Ramesha the gain of normalcy. That's what they called Ramesha. Anyway, enough of chit-chat here. I've just been told that we didn't start the Masechta yesterday, so I'm going to start the Masechta now and do that. So those that are tuning in to Kalashin and Torah Anytime and Facebook and YouTube, and I'm going to get mixed up, but this is supposed to be Gimel and Dal. Don't worry, we're going to do Gimel and Dal, but let's do Aleph and Beis quickly first. To the start of the new Masechta. So the thing is, when a get was brought from overseas, there was a problem. Because if the get was brought, and then the husband yells that it's a forgery, you would need to get the witnesses to be certified. But the witnesses don't live in Eretz Yisrael. Now, normally, if the witnesses are not alive, so then you get people that could certify that that's their signatures. But this is a get from out of town, from Australia. Nobody over here knows these witnesses from Australia. So it's going to be hard to be Mekayim to get. So therefore they enacted a decree that the shliach brings the get, says, B'fanei nichtav u'b'fanei nechtam. In front of me it was written, in front of me it was signed, and hemnua, they believed him kebeitrei, and therefore the husband can't come anymore and yell it's a forgery. So says the Mishna, maybe get me, and say, yeah, if a get is brought from overseas, so the shliach has to say, b'fanei nichtav, b'fanei nechtam. Before me it was signed, written, and before me it was signed. Now there's another thing also, because in Chutz La'aretz they were not bekiyim b'lishma, so we wanted the shliach to say that it was written lishma, so he has to say b'fanei nichtav, b'fanei nechtam. Now Rabbi Gamliel says not only from a far distance, maybe mina rekem mina cheger, even if the get is brought from right outside of the eastern border of Eretz Yisrael, rekem and cheger, it's a loy plug. We say from there also the shliach has to say it. Rabbi Eliezer adds even more. Afilu mikfar ludim lelud, even from kfar lud. Lud is in Eretz Yisrael. Kfar Ludim was outside of Eretz Yisrael, but it was surrounded by borders of Eretz Yisrael. It was absorbed inside the border of Eretz Yisrael. It was Chutz La'aretz, but on either side of it was sticking out Eretz Yisrael. So I might think it's like Eretz Yisrael. No, it's Chutz La'aretz. You have to say B'fanei nechtam, B'fanei nechtam. The Chacham disagree. Some say it has to be far away. And it's maybe if you bring it from far away, from the countries by the sea, or if you bring from Eretz Yisrael to the diaspora, there also will be ein edem mitzuyin l'kaimai. So you need to say b'fanei nechtam, b'fanei nechtam. So too, if you bring from one country to another country overseas, so there also the Edom are not Metzion L'Kaima because it's a different country. But Shimon Gamliel adds, even if it's in the same country, but there's a checkpoint, and it's different jurisdictions, and there's they don't allow easy traffic from one to the other. Even from one government to another, they're not friendly governments, and there's a checkpoint. So therefore, there are an Edom Mitzuyim L'Kaima. You have to say B'fanei nechtam, B'fanei nechtam. Now, so therefore, we have to know what are the borders of Eretz Yisrael. Rabbi Yehuda Merekem LeMizrach, from Rekem to the east, further is considered Chutz La'aretz. V'Rekem Kamizrach, and Rekem is also outside of Eretz Yisrael. Ashkelon Madarim, from Ashkelon to the south, Ashkelon Kedarim, and Ashkelon is also outside of Eretz Yisrael. Me'akoy l'tzafon, from Akko to the north, Akko to Tzafon, and Akko is like the north. Rameh disagrees. Rameh says Akko is Eretz Yisrael proper. Rameh Rama Akko Eretz Yisrael Gittin. Now notice the Mishnah doesn't say to the west, because to the west was the Mediterranean, so therefore it doesn't have to give us a border for the west. Now, Mishnah Gimel, which is now today's Daf Yomi, Mishnah Yomis. Maybe get Eretz Yisrael, if you bring a get inside Eretz Yisrael, because there it is Eidim Mitzuyim L'Kaima, and in Eretz Yisrael they know L'Shma. Im Yeshalav Oyrim, if people say that the get is a forgery, then Yiskayim b'chaysamav. It should be confirmed by its witnesses. In other words, either the witnesses themselves come and certify it, or we get two witnesses that recognize each signature, or a third way is that Beis Din has archived copies of these signatures because these were witnesses that testified from before. Maybe get if a get was brought from overseas, the shliach was not able to say this formula, so then im yesh alav edim, if it has witnesses, then the Rishonim say that it says if it has witnesses, because it's not according to Man Yama Edim Mesira Karsei, you don't need it to have witnesses b'seicha. You could have witnesses that witness the delivery, but im yesh alav edim, if there are witnesses, Yiskayim b'chaysamav, they should be confirmed, but we won't accept the validity of the get until the witnesses are confirmed. Echad Gittin Noshim ve'echad Shikruri Avodim. This is very interesting. There's a get to a woman, and also there is a writ of emancipation to a slave. Now that's not just a mominous issue, because the writ of emancipation frees the Eved Kanani and gives him regular mitzvahs like a Yisrael. Until then he only has mitzvahs like a woman. So, Echad Gittin Noshim ve'echad Shichruri Avodim Shavu Lamoilech v'Lamevi. It's the same whether it's brought from Eretz Yisrael to Chutz La'aretz or from Chutz La'aretz to Eretz Yisrael, that the shliach has to say b'fanei nichta b'fanei nechtam v'zu echad min hadrachim, and this is one of the ways sheshavu gitei nashim u'shichruri avodim, that there's a similarity between get to women and emancipation to slaves. Gedalia, I know, has worked on the schedule. Was the shur schedule out yet? No, okay, it'll be out. Gedalia has a bar mitzvah, so it'll be out tomorrow. I want to inform the Olam that after a lot of work, we have kohanim for all the minyanim. We have a kohen for the first minyan, we have a kohen for both minyanim on both days. Also, Emetz Hashem, we're going to have a Nilas Chag. We do not have any sponsors yet for the Nilas Chag. Does anybody want to sponsor so we could put them on the schedule? Anybody want to be a partial sponsor or a sponsor for the Nilas Chag? Rabbi Friedman? He's not even going to be here. Anybody else? Oh, so Barish and Rabbi Friedman will be, thank you very much, both of you. There'll be a Nilas Chag. There will be a men and women shir on the second day of Shavuos with Tilim, community-wide Tilim for the women. So community-wide Tilim for the women on the second day of Shavuos will be at 6 o'clock, with the shir for men and women at 6:30. We will have learning all night, starting from 12 o'clock in Yetz Hashem on Tuesday evening, with Shachris at 4:40. Reb Chanani ben Akash Amarat HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'zakos es Yisrael lefikach hier b'lehem Torah mitzvahs.